Hey guys, it's Friday night and it's time to burn up some trash and papers and daily waste. All accumulates to one day, and I try to get it done on a Friday. Before I tripod you and sit down and talk, let's take a walk around and see what's been going on this week. Well, as you can see, there's a whole lot gone. It's getting smaller and smaller. That little bin right there, I got a spot for. This stuff here, those are my solar panels, by the way. Got to get those out. It's my little mileage walker, so I can judge how far I walk. My neighbor dropped this off. I tried to get it to work, but it doesn't work. Speakers are good. So this is it. We got the framing done for the bottom of the box, and I haven't quite decided how I'm gonna finish it off. I'm laying everything out first to see what's gonna fit where, and then I can put the sides on it, which is no big deal. I got plenty of wood. I'm running out of 2x, but this old vent left over, I'm going to be putting in the Jenny box, which is probably 90% done. That's where its new home is. Back to the back, insulated that one side, and it does help a little bit. I think I'm going to do plexiglass in the front. Of course, I got to drill a hole and get that chain at the bottom, and you know, I still have little modifications to do, but the roof works pretty good. This part here is solid, and this part lifts up. It's going to have a hinge go down, and we'll hinge that. And I put this little knee wall up. That's the start. I'll do another one over here, 4 feet out, and then at some point after inspection, I'm going to go ahead and build all the way to the top. Put some windows in. This is my latest and greatest invention, my compost bin. I eat so much fruit and vegetables, I've got all this waste, so I created a compost bin. And I drilled a bunch of holes in it, and I put a tube down the center so even the bottom on the inside out can breathe. So it gets air from the outside and the inside. A little more level aeration. And to give you an idea, and here's the topsoil. I put about 2 inches down, and then some ash from the fires that I've been burning. And here's what the bin looks like before you get started. Now, I drill these holes in here, random pattern, you know, I just eyeballed it. And you can put this thing up on, you know, a little bit, like on some 1-inch thick boards, so the air can get through the bottom. And this is some leftover scrap, and it was leftover pipe, and I drilled some holes in it and put these little fins on there so it won't topple over. And it also allows me, because you want to put about 2 inches of topsoil at the bottom and then start. And that's 2 inches, those little fins. So it gives me, it just tells me how to start it. Once it gets up to a certain point, then I'll switch over to Comp 2. So, and I could build a bigger one, but for right now, you know, this is how it's going to be for this. You know, it's going to take anywhere from, I don't know, 30 days, 2 weeks. Start breaking that stuff down. So Yep. Leveled off. I was able to get to my little access scissor jacks. Leveled this thing off better. And so yeah, it's looking good. Everything's getting better. And let's see if I can sit you down here in the cradle without getting my big fingers in the way. Okay. A little glass of water. Got the nice fire going. Oh. So, I'm on week 5. And I had 30 phone calls to the unemployment. And what amazes me is everybody you get has a different story. So I finally got a number, and I called it about 20 times today. Phone lines are busy. Can't take your call right now. So they open from 7:30 to 4. So I gotta get up. Well, I get up at 6:30 anyway. But I'm gonna have to, Monday is gonna be all I do. Dial it. It's gonna be boring. But that's what you gotta do. Feeling good. I'm on week 3 of the diet. I'm feeling better. Got a lot more energy. You know, I get tired. You see all these ads and all these people telling you what's the best thing to do, and everybody's different. You got to find something that works for you and your age. And I can tell you right now that pills and powders and potions and lotions don't work for me. I got to do it natural. Got to do it with food. That's the way to do it. And smaller meals more often keeps the metabolism cooking. I'm sleeping better, more regular. I mean, drink a lot of water. So get up during the night. Not as often as the first weeks. Now it's a little better, probably twice. And I'm sure that'll dissipate as the time goes on. When I get all tuned up as to what I'm doing out here working, I forget to drink water, and then I have to stop and drink some water. But I hope everybody's happy and healthy. Just cooking along, you know, taking it one day at a time. I know that I got a couple leads on jobs, but problem is, even though they sound decent paying, one's in Colorado, one's in New Mexico, and one was in New Jersey. And I'm like, I'm not going to relocate. You know, I've been at the grind before. If they would let me go back to the way it was, where I live in a hotel, you work for, 6 weeks, you get a week off. You work 6 weeks, get a week off. That might be doable. I just button this place up, take all my fruits and veggies with me, and on the road I'd go. Because Stefan's here and he could look over the place. That's why I've been pretty diligent about getting all these little side jobs and odd jobs done and getting this ready. Because once winter comes back, I know what to expect. So I want to make sure I get my skirting all around the bottom, put screens in when the bugs come in September, and make sure they can't get in the house again. And just little things like that, So I don't have a lot of money. I do have some money coming from the IRS because I got a refund this year, so that'll be good. And they say anywhere between the end of this month, 31st, to middle of June. I just got to survive till then. But with Stefan buying the property, and I talked to the bank, and we've got all the details worked out. And as a matter of fact, he's got a lot of little odd jobs he wants me to do for him, and he's going to pay me. So that'll be a little influx of money. He wants me to build him a chicken coop for 10 chickens. I did the research on that. I'll draw up the plans tomorrow, and him and I will go to Lowe's probably on Sunday and get the materials. And I've got everything to do it. I got my auger. I got all my tools. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know, I build all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be good. And the more comfortable he gets with me building for him, the more stuff he'll have me do. And he'll tell his friends, and then it'll grow from there. So that's a good thing. Switched up the diet a little bit. Doing oatmeal and fruit every morning. Lunchtime, I'm having chicken with vegetables. And I got these red potatoes, but I get small ones. They're real small. It would be like a half of a normal potato. I have that, a potato, chicken, and the veggies. And if I'm hungry again before dinner time, which is about 6, I'll have a little Greek yogurt and a fresh strawberries cut up. Not a lot, just a little bit. And but I haven't needed it. I think I might have, like Sundays, I might do some eggs and toast. Thinking about that. Just one day a week, have some eggs. You know, protein in the morning. But yeah, and a salad sometimes at night. Or sometimes I make this jambalaya, which is rice, chicken, seasonings with veggies. And it's got everything. It's got the chicken is the protein, the rice is the carbs, and the veggies are the greens. And it's just perfect. I can stage 5 or 6 of those. So I just got to pull them out, nuke them, you know, minute 30 seconds, maybe minute 45, and boom, dinner served. So I'm working out the bugs. The one thing I did add that's making a difference is a little concoction with apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a cup of water, with half a teaspoon of honey, half a teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon, and a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. I have that every morning when I first wake up, and I drink it before I go to bed. And I'll tell you what, it's cleansing. It got everything. I'm just regular as a clock, and it's really flushing everything out. So it's working really well. Plus, there's a lot in it that's good for you. You got to drink it with a straw because you don't want to get it on your teeth, because it'll have a tendency to erode the enamel. And I don't need any help with busted up enamel on teeth. So that's about as everything. Stefan dropped off this old table, and it's hardwood. So I'm going to repurpose all this. He wanted me to burn it. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to burn it. I got trim pieces I can use. This stuff I could use for trim or make a table out of. The legs that are here are in a little rough shape, but I can glue them back together, sand them down, and paint them. You'll never know. So there's a project. And I'd like to do a little gazebo or something that's a little more sturdy than an umbrella. I think that would be nicer. But we'll see how it plays out. Do a little contract and turn it into the bank. They'll release the acreage, refinance my remainder, whatever it is. I think it's going to be like 10 grand or 9 grand. My payment will be about 150, maybe 200 a month until I pay that off, which is nothing. So getting the deed to this property is the goal. I want to try to do it by Christmas with little odd jobs, and hopefully get back on unemployment, at least until September. I should have either a job or my little handyman thing going. And I'll look into probably getting just a handyman license, just so if nobody says anything and nobody cares. But up here, it's like everybody's working for a friend. So I don't think it'll be an issue, but I want to cover my bases. So that's about it. That's about it. It was 80 degrees today. Got a little sunburned. Didn't put my cap on soon enough. And, oh well. It'll go away. All right, guys. I hope everybody's good, happy, healthy, getting back to work, not having to wear their mask anymore. It was a long road, but I think we're about getting to the end of that nonsense. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.